I don't know if you can hear that, but you might be able to hear my air conditioner running in the background, but it's too warm in here for me to record this while talking without the air conditioner on, because my computer generates some heat that gets stuck in the room. But if I open my windows, you will mostly hear trains going by and loud cars. So I'm going to do a completely random doodle on this. Here, sticky notes, but I don't really remember if these are sticky notes or maybe some off-brand copy of that. But I'm just going to talk about whatever's randomly on my mind and do a small little doodle here. I don't think I've ever drawn with a Staler Marsmatic or a technical pen on cheap paper like this, but we'll have to see how this ends up. It does feel slightly rough, only a little bit. Maybe I should switch to using something else to draw on this. That might be a good idea. I think I'm going to try this here fountain pen, the Muji. And I have no idea what I'm drawing right now. I think this looks like maybe some deformed part of a person's skeleton. Speaking of audio quality, I remember a while back when I first started making content and I was trying to figure out how to set up the audio and how to get a proper recording that sounded good enough that anybody would even want to listen to it. Not that there's really much of hardly anybody listening right now, but I think you get the idea. You know, I wonder what would be the most comfortable drawing position. Because when you're sitting when you're drawing, your neck starts hurting. But if you draw laying on your back, your arms go numb. What if you could just draw with your mind? Just automatically control some type of mechanical arm that is able to be controlled by your thoughts somehow. Is that even possible? I've also thought about maybe if there is some way that you could have some sort of automated video editor that automatically senses when your hand is not moving, so that during the video editor it will remove all the parts of the video where your hand wasn't moving. I think that would save a lot of time. And I'm surprised this paper is even holding up very well with this fountain pen, although I don't know if it is bleeding through or not. At least I don't think it is at the moment. But I won't know until I test it and find out. I think I'm going to do maybe a little bit of stippling here. Can you hear the air conditioner? You might be able to. I will try my best to edit the sound of the air conditioner in the background out of this audio if I can. But as I said, it is really warm in here, and I don't want to be that warm. I never even had air conditioner until I was, I think, 12 years old or something like that. And that was when I lived in a much warmer state than the one that I live now. I wonder how I was able to even do that. Huh. But I haven't gotten used to the cold, that's for sure. I have not gotten used to the cold. I would still pick warm weather, because all you have to do is turn on an air conditioner, turn on a fan, maybe wet a towel and throw it in the freezer for 30 minutes. Or just get a drink and put ice cubes in it. Or just drink some cold water. Or maybe just get 20 containers for holding water and fill each of them with water and rotate between them. Like have one in your hand for 10 minutes and then put it back in the freezer. Get another one and put that in your hand and then put that water back in the freezer until you get to where you're rotating through all of them. And then you will never have to worry about being too warm. This is probably one of the most plain and generic and simple drawings that I've done in a while. Usually I'm drawing in my professional sketchbooks and I try to make everything perfect. Well, not really. I mean, it's just that compared to what I'm doing now, which is these weird tentacles and noodles and plant formations. I don't know why it is that I keep drawing these weird noodles over and over, and it becomes a recurring pattern or theme. Sort of like if you have a recurring saying or theme that you developed that you don't realize, and then someone points it out to you one day and they say, you've been saying that same word over and over. And let's say the word that you say over and over many times is really. Maybe you say the word really too often. And then someone tells you and they say, you keep saying the word really like all the time. Have you ever thought about that? And then your response is, really? Or maybe to really annoy them, you could whisper to them, really? Maybe that'll work. I'm hungry right now, but I don't want to stop drawing. But at the same time, it's not like I'm really drawing anything absolutely amazing. So detailed that it is a masterpiece. It would be pretty funny if I turned this into an art museum and they say, wow, this is such an amazing piece of art. What inspired you to create this? What emotions were involved in creating such a wonderful masterpiece that the world world can, just have a glimpse of this in time. And then you say to them, don't know, I was contemplating if I should make spaghetti with or without meatballs, or having a pizza with extra mushrooms or with extra pepperoni, when you like both of them. And you can get the toppings of pepperoni and mushroom, but when you get the pizza, you only have an option of getting extra toppings of one of them. Because if you get extra toppings of both, then it costs more. And for the price, you would rather just get an extra topping than just getting extra pepperoni, because you've already got extra mushrooms. Maybe add some red bell pepper to it or something. So then you're stuck in a dilemma, and you just don't know which to pick. Do you want spaghetti? Or do you want pizza? Which one sounds better? I think pizza's more convenient. It does seem, though, that you have to eat, or for me at least, it feels like I have to eat 2 pizzas before I'm full. But yet, I don't have to eat that much spaghetti until I feel full. Why is that? I think if I had to choose between something that I had to eat every day for a month, if it was simply for the variety, I would pick pizza. But if it was for the health reasons, I would pick spaghetti. I think that much bread would really elevate your sugar levels. But then again, I think the spaghetti would do the same thing with that many carbs. And I have no idea what I've made here and why I even started recording this video, but here I am, drawing this completely random doodle with nothing of much of any details or any importance or any meaning or anything at all. Just sat down, turned my air conditioner on, and turned on my air conditioner, which you all might or might not be able to hear in the background. Then I just started doodling some stuff. I ended up making this completely random thing that I don't know what it is, and rambling on about pizza and other completely irrelevant topics, because most of everything that I have to talk about, either people will not have any idea of what I'm talking about, or maybe they might not find it interesting, or maybe I just don't really have anything to talk about. I mean, you can always talk about something, because if you talk forever about one thing, that's something. You couldn't have nothing to talk about. You can just simply make noises with your mouth, completely random noises, and if somebody said I had no idea what you're talking about, it doesn't mean you're not saying anything, because maybe it's a different language. Maybe you create a language that nobody knows about, and it's completely a secret. Maybe I could make my own language in my drawings. Maybe all of my drawings have some kind of secret message that isn't going to be discovered until millennia from now. One day they figure it out, and the answer to all this was, the truth was, it was just that I really just wanted extra mushrooms. I wanted double mushrooms, and instead of double pepperoni in my pizza, and I think that was a good compromise. It was worth that selection. Mushroom and pepperoni pizza with extra mushrooms does sound pretty good right now. I'm gonna go find something to eat, maybe. Make something else to doodle. Maybe draw on some paper that's better than this. Maybe a different pen. Or I could just use my isograph on some better paper. But anyways, I'll talk to you later, and I'm gonna do some more doodling.